Okay. Yeah. Welcome to the Buckhorn Pubcast. God, I can't even do that.
You want to try that again?
Yeah. Welcome to the Buckhorn Pubcast. I'm Martelle, and with me always is Randy and Michael.
Yep.
What is up, guys?
Good morning.
Mike is our turd. He's become our official turd.
Yeah.
Co-host.
So
They just love me for my venue.
You're right.
I mean, yeah, pretty much.
There's no charcuterie board, I've noticed.
No,
Kinda slacking.
I made corned beef.
Oh, okay.
Because it's Irish.
There's corned beef and mustard and some rye bread over there.
Awesome.
Because Irish. Yeah.
I did have a granola bar on the way out here because I hadn't eaten yet.
I haven't eaten a thing.
And I was like,
so.
I need to get something.
I had a corned beef sandwich.
And a couple mini blueberry muffins.
And I'm almost done with the Murphys.
Mike's like,
He's like,
started.
It's party time.
Yeah.
So
it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
I've got a bottle. I brought a bottle. So we didn't record last weekend because of the Arnold.
Yeah.
I have some stories from the Arnold. The Arnold was fantastic this year.
Save that for the Friday show.
Maybe. Well, I can't.
No.
Because it ties into this bottle.
It ties in.
Oh, okay.
So the Arnold happened. I am the
Appointed
director of photography
you got business cards on a
not yet
napkin.
No. It's on
the
toilet
back
paper.
of some flyers.
What's that online place where you get all the business cards?
Oh, just like Shutterfly.
Yeah. So no, I did. It's actually on rolls of toilet paper.
He went to Kinko's.
Rolls of toilet paper.
Yeah.
I just hand out a roll with my name and phone number on it. You just wipe your ass with it.
Each sheet, it's hard to get it rolled back up.
It sucks. But so this weekend, like a lot of there's like one store. Like I showed up. Well, so we're unloading the truck. Let's start from the beginning. We're unloading the truck. I go meet dude down at MWS Spirits. So he's like, meet me down here. We're gonna go check this thing out. I'm like, cool. So I meet him at MWS. We get barrels. So they are a partner with the media team for the Arnold, for the affiliate gathering, not for the workout itself, only for the media team. So they give us whiskey for us to drink while we're doing the live stream, while we're out.
Did you just pull out a toothpick and then put it back in your pocket?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
it's on my Swiss Army knife.
Okay, it's Swiss Army knife. Okay. I didn't see exactly what you had. I was really confused. It's like, was that just a wood toothpick and a holder that he used and then just said, I'm going to keep this one?
Randy's ADD is ramped up today.
It was. I'm sorry, I got distracted. Go ahead, Martelle. My
so
bad.
I know you don't care about this.
No,
it's fine.
It's not that I am interested because I know you, I know Dude, I know Mo.
So we're unloading shit. Well, once we get to the venue, we start unloading stuff, and we've got 6 barrels. We've got 2 large barrels and 4 mini barrels. Okay. And mini barrels are 40 gallons, and the large barrels are 53 gallons.
Yeah.
I think is what it was.
I was going to say, when you say mini, they're not a gallon.
No, they're not tiny. You can pick them up by yourself when they're empty.
But it's part of a workout.
But So we're unloading barrels, and all of a sudden, one of the guys, he just grabs a barrel and he rolls it off the pallet, sets it upright. Dude and I are going about our shit, and then he grabs another barrel and rolls it off and flips it upright. Well, we're just grabbing barrels and we're flipping them up. So there's 2 different ways that cooperages do bungs in barrels, or 3 different ways.
Bung.
Yeah,
holes.
They will bung the side of a barrel.
Right.
They will bung the top cap of the barrel, or they will bung both. Most distilleries go with the side bung because then they can just roll the barrel over, filter it, do everything, dump it, and they get as much out of the barrel as they possibly can.
Correct.
Other distilleries will do the top cap barrel bung, which allows for a more efficient storage method because you can store them upright. You can stack
on top of each other,
directly on top of the barrel, and it
won't roll away.
And
you don't have to keep it stable.
Right. You don't have to it doesn't have to be blocked, and then some companies will just do, if you request, they'll just bung both, and you can store them however you want to store them, and then it allows you to either sample right out of the top bung if they're stored upright, or pull the bung off the side, roll it, filter it, whatever. So MWS does the top bung. So a guy flipped these upside down.
I'm a top bung kind of guy.
You are a top bung kind of guy.
Not so much a bottom bung.
So when he flipped them upside down, we didn't realize there was still liquid in these barrels. So there's liquid all over the floor. There's whiskey on the floor. So I've got video.
What a waste.
I think I've got
straw and a coffee filter. I'm good.
Well, we didn't even do that. Dude and I were like just taking our finger. We're just. I mean, it's
the floor.
It's a puddle like this. Well, there's a video of dude doing that.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
There's a video of dude. He's down on the floor. I got his phone. I videoed him like literally licking, and we sent it to Rudra, who is the guy who helps run Middle West Spirits.
Butt up.
Well, I said, dude was like, that's
actually, the way I clean whiskey up.
Yeah, he's like, this is really good. He's like, this is like right from the barrel. I'm like, fuck yeah, it's right from the barrel. I said, I'm bringing a drill. I said on Sunday, I said, we're tapping every one of these fucking barrels. I said, we're going to get whatever we can get out of these barrels.
So are the barrels there just for display purposes?
Yes. Yeah, they're garbage.
They were just
they're throwaway.
Yeah.
Middle West isn't going to use it. They're going to get rid of it. It's throwaway.
Oh, man, next time I want one of those.
I may still be able to get you one if you want one.
Yes.
That would be
sweet.
I'm supposed to have one, but I didn't take it with me from when I left the Arnold. So if I have to go get it, I have to go over to Hilliard to get it. So I can, if there's any left, I can see if there's.
I was about to say I can find a spot in here for it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if you've seen that corner.
Replace that table, or
I'm fucking around.
Build this table.
Yep. I don't know if you've seen the TikTok. There's a guy who has an infinity barrel, and anytime somebody comes over and visits, they have to bring a bottle and they dump it into the barrel.
To the barrel, yeah.
And I'm like, I will 100% do that.
So, and sweet. I want to get one of the smaller barrels.
Yes.
Because that's kind of what I want to do. We had talked about, I'm like, if I can get two of these, we can take one over to Mike's and we can just start filling that shit up with this boy's hooch.
Yep.
And
yeah, you could.
So anyway, we started tapping the barrels, and I grabbed a Middle West bottle that was empty and just set it under there. And I'm like, well, we looked inside the barrels and we're like, maybe we may get like a quarter of a bottle out of this. It'll be perfect for the weekend.
Right.
Filled up one bottle. Like, holy fuck. Went and had to go like snatch up another bottle. And one guy there was like this much left in a bottle. I'm like, chug that. And he's like, I'm going to fucking chug that quick. So he chugs it. We get another bottle and we stick it under there. So we filled up 2 bottles on Friday.
Okay.
After this. So one of those bottles went home with dude, and the other bottle, I'm like, well, I'll take it, and I'm going to try to filter it through a coffee filter to get all the shit out of it. Well, that didn't work. So there's still shit in this bottle. Dude took it home.
Up.
Dude took it home to put it on a hydrometer to test what the proof was. Yes. So we come back the next day. I brought my drill with me, left my drill down there Sunday. After we finished up everything, we got everything cleaned up. Sam and I, one of the other guys who was on the media team, I said, let's start tapping these bottles or these barrels. So I brought 2 empty Blanton's bottles and a bottle of that Magnolia shit. I dumped that shit out right down the drain because that was fucking gross. Washed everything out.
Was that pecan one?
No, this is from out of Gehenna. It's not good.
Okay, good to know. I've seen that.
It's one of those ones that wasn't terrible, but don't buy it.
It got worse as it sat. So I dumped it out, took that bottle with me. So we just start filling up bottles. I'm like, all right, grab this one. So we grabbed the barrel this came out of, rolled it over because we thought there was more in it. We got maybe an inch in the bottle. I'm like, fuck. Okay, fine. Throw that to the side, grab the next big barrel, drill and tap, roll it over. Nothing. Completely empty. Like drips. And we're like, not worth it. Okay. Grab this mini barrel. Next mini barrel, drilled a hole in it, popped the bung, rolled it over. Maybe another inch of alcohol out of it. I'm like, motherfucker. Grab the next one, roll it over, get a bottle out of it. So now we're at 4 bottles.
Not bad.
Not bad. So we each get
for free.
Yeah.
At this point, we each get a bottle.
For a little work?
Yeah.
Worth it.
Yeah, we each get a bottle at this point. Sam, Mo, Dude, myself. We each have a bottle. Well, Sam and I, we grabbed the next 2 barrels, and out of those 2 barrels, we filled up 2 more bottles.
Nice.
And I'm like, well, how are we going to divvy up 2 bottles? And then Sam's like, I'm like, fuck it. We did the work. We're taking the extra bottles.
Hell yes.
So I got 2 bottles of this. So what this is a rye. This is from Middle West Spirits. It is not available in the store. It is not available at the distillery. It is only if you work there, I guess, and you can get access to it.
If you're one of the 4 people that were there. Really, if you're one of two of the 4 people there.
Right. So it is 120 proof.
Oh.
It is straight from the barrel, and it is literally an uncut, unfiltered.
I like the picture you sent because obviously you notice the Blanton's bottle.
Right.
Right.
That's iconic. It's been in so many movies.
Well, this is going to be the cover for this show. So
and then it had painter's tape and said Blanton's with a Z.
with a Z, yeah. So also,
clearly secondary market.
Right.
No, it's clearly a third world market.
Well, and I was sitting here going, okay, if it was like green label, he wouldn't have peeled off the label and put
Right.
on so I was so confused by the picture.
It's the blue label.
So
It's like Johnny Walker.
Yeah.
So the picture I'm going to use for the cover for this show is a picture that I'm going to end up posting on one of the whiskey forums just to piss people off. So the first photo I sent, you guys saw.
Yeah.
I sent that to my brother-in-law, and he's like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "That's sketchy as hell." He's like, "Where's the horsey?" And I went, "You're right. Where is the horsey?" So
You put a horsey cork in.
no, I found.
Let me put my glasses back there.
I have it. This is from it's a 1980s pewter rocking horse pencil sharpener, and I just stuck it right on top.
That's awesome. I was going to suggest.
And you need when you post that, you need to be like, new to the bourbon game, heard a lot about Blanton's, bought this from a guy online.
$200.
Yeah, right. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do it on a form that I have never posted on. But yes,
No, post that on one I'm on, or tag me.
Yeah.
I want to be able to follow that post.
because
I was going to suggest the little Monopoly dog. Act like it's a horse.
I had to so even I put it in the one bourbon text group that I'm in, and one of the guys in there, he was like, "What?" He's like, "I am thoroughly fucking confused right now." He's like, "It's a Blanton's bottle,
Obviously.
it's painter's tape label, a Patron cork." He's like, "What the fuck is in the bottle?" I'm like, Middle West Spirits,
Patron, and paint thinner.
Yeah, it's hooch.
Obviously.
So I'm going to try to pour this without. We're gonna
number 5.
I'm going to pour very little of this, but I'm going to try to. We're going to do 2 pours of this. I'm going to try to do a pour of this without stirring up anything.
Gotcha.
And I'm going to shake the shit out of the bottle, and then you guys are going to drink this like Turkish coffee.
I'm down.
Okay.
So
I mean, I guess. Do I have a choice? No.
That was a good pop.
That was a really good. That's
the Blanton or the Patron cork fits a Blanton's bottle perfectly.
Yeah, it does.
FYI.
Fits right in the bung.
Yeah.
Right in the bung hole.
So tight in the hole.
You got to give me your glass, Randy.
Ooh.
Like I said, it's 120 proof rye.
I'm trying to. I've been having sinus issues.
You're not going to have sinus issues any longer.
Look at that. Fits perfect. Didn't even have to force it or struggle with it.
Oh no, it's nice and tight. It smells great. I'm going to be honest.
It smells so good. And it is so good because we drank half a bottle of it.
Of course you. How could you not?
Well, so there was another story. So one of the volunteers down there, and I'm not going to name names to save face. They were because we have whiskey. Like the whiskey's for everybody that's volunteering.
Right.
So we have all this whiskey, but we have this one Middle West bottle that I put a piece of blue duct tape on to indicate that this is our barrel bottle.
This is the special bottle.
It's a special bottle. And so they come over and they're like, "Hey, is it okay if I get some whiskey to take over to our friends over there at USA Weightlifting?" I'm like, "That's fine." Well, then they come back and they said, "So the one with the blue tape, I took all of that." And I'm like, "You need to put all of that back." And they looked at me and they're like, "What?" I'm like, "That may be it." I said, "You are not giving away it." I said, "You find something else." She was like, "Well, what else can I take?" I said,
anything.
Yeah, literally anything.
I said,
that doesn't stand out from anything else.
Right, I said, "There are 3 other bottles over there." I said, "There's a bourbon, a wheat, and a rye." I said, fill up any water bottle you want to take over there in some fucking hobo style sharing method, but put that back.
Baby bird it, whatever you have to do.
And they were like, "Oh, okay." Well, I didn't drink out of that water bottle. I'm like, I don't care if you drank out of that water bottle or not.
The booze will kill it.
It's got to go back.
Yeah.
So,
all right, let's taste.
So go for it.
It smells great. I'm only talking while you guys taste. So there's no.
I get honey. I get pepper.
Oh, I definitely get the rye pepper.
You definitely get the charcoal.
Yeah, the charcoal comes through.
That was the first thing that hit. It's bordering on smoky, but it's sweet.
Some caramel.
Definitely pepper.
And baking spice.
Okay.
I mean, it is crazy.
So my favorite rye is Angel's Envy. That's hands down my favorite rye. Granted, it's finished in rum casks. It's not just a straight rye.
God, that's so good.
Yeah, that's
this right here. This is up there.
Yeah, that's real.
It's
good.
a shame that literally no one can ever get this.
Yeah,
ever.
If you're listening, and you want to try this.
Too bad.
Too bad.
Make friends with us.
You know what? I don't even know that I'm going to go that far. I offered
That's true. Martelle doesn't offer me everything he's had.
I offered people bottles I didn't have if I could get the bottle.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, depending on what our yield is, they're like, well, I'll pay you for the bottle. I'm like, no, if I get it, I didn't pay for it. I'll give you a bottle provided I get enough.
Right.
I didn't get enough.
I got enough for me.
I got enough for 4 people.
And there's 3 here. So if you want to be our 4th.
Well, not
too bad.
I'm not talking about you two. I'm talking about the
people
other guys who got bottles.
Yeah, this is
But this is so fucking hot. It's so good.
It's
so
hot, but it's not violently hot.
No.
It's weird because I'm not getting a lot of the 120 proof burn in my chest.
And this,
no, but what it does is it evaporates.
Yeah.
Like if you take a small sip, it's like you don't need to swallow it. Just poof.
Gone.
A little bit of charcoal, some caramel, sweetness. Like you definitely get pepper notes. And there's something else that I can't figure out, and I'm going to blame my sinus issues.
I got honey on the nose. I don't get any honey on the palate.
I get honey and caramel on the palate. I didn't get honey on the nose. Though.
I almost want to say there's something tart to it.
I get a floral.
There's something on the sides of the tongues that...
Oh, so good.
That's your herpes.
It might be.
All right.
I didn't bring water. I should have brought my water in. Do we have water here in the MacShack?
I can get you.
We're in a Unabomber shack in the middle of the woods. There is no water.
Mike's going out to the well to pump the well.
Okay, so I'm going to do something that I don't necessarily want to do, but you guys have to try it this way also. So I'm going to...
Thank you, sir.
You can see, as I hold this up, you can see all the sediment in the bottom. Like, this has been sitting all week because I wanted it to settle. So it's just sitting there. You can see the sediment just sitting in the bottom. And when I shake this up, it's going to turn to the color of black coffee.
This is like a Manly Man snow globe right here.
Oh, you can't even see.
You can't even see. Yeah, the light doesn't even come through.
Can't tell at all.
So
this will be good. Make sure you turn your flashlight off.
Yeah.
Don't want your phone to die.
Give a little shake, shake, shake.
Shake, 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 shake your booty.
Shake your
that.
plantains.
Shake. Oh, I was just about to say that.
It is.
I can't tell from here.
It's coffee.
Kofi.
Yeah, no, it's
coffee and color.
Little.
It went. It was translucent before. You could see through the brown liquor, but
Yeah, it's dark now.
now
Little darker. All right. Pour it up. Pour it out. Pour.
well, even looking at it's not brown liquor anymore. It's black liquor. Like
It's cloudy.
It has a black tinge to it from the charcoal.
It's like you had coffee with cream and then just refilled with black coffee. There's just a hint of tint.
All right.
And
Man, I am belching a lot.
now there's not as much in the bottom of this as there was in my brewmate at the Arnold. Like it had
there's definitely
chunks of shit.
some fine particulate.
Oh yeah, but
It's like Goldschlager, but for manly men.
I had chunks of.
You can't.
But you're not sifting your shit?
Right? So you can't filter this out.
The nose changes on it though.
Yeah. Yeah, it got softer.
Yeah.
Way softer.
Oh yeah, it got way hotter though.
I don't think it did. I think
No,
it got smoother.
I think it got smoother.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
That's smoother to me.
Maybe it's because I inhaled at the same time.
Yeah.
That could be. No, just take a normal little sip. I think it's way smoother.
Yeah, the flavor profile definitely changes.
But the flavor, yeah. God, it's so
It does. It tastes.
That's fantastic.
It tastes dirty.
It's you know what, I'm going to call it Dirty Blanton's.
There you go.
I can't wait to post a picture of this.
Lands and the boys turn your Prius.
So good.
It is very good.
So good.
I like it. Is your background on your phone hot dogs and tacos?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Of course it is.
Because in our story today, we're going to be talking about hot dogs. What is that?
It's
pork belly.
Delicious.
Pork belly.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Yeah, it's hot dogs and
I got to tell you,
Tucos.
Almost 5 years recording with you. You've been a very gracious host. But
Mike's better at it.
Yeah. I mean, I can't say much because you've smoked food for us.
Yeah.
What was the one thing you made me eat that I didn't like?
Probably
These nuts?
No, it was coleslaw.
No, I like that.
It was coleslaw.
Salty.
No, it wasn't the coleslaw. I forget. Anyway.
Because I made you a Carolina pulled pork sandwich, and you're like, I don't like coleslaw. I'm like, well, fucking eat it anyway.
No, that was good.
Well, yeah, it was, because I made it.
Mustard barbecue sauce is fantastic.
I don't use mustard barbecue sauce. I do a vinegar pig, it's like swine sauce.
That's really good.
Yeah, I just put a down payment on a pig roast.
Oh, yeah? I told Liz, every time I have to put stuff on our smoker to grill, I'm like, should have got the biggest fucking smoker. I didn't get the biggest one. Lesson learned, get the biggest goddamn. If you're grilling, get the biggest fucking grill you can, not that you can afford, that they make. I don't care if you can afford it or not, fucking buy the biggest one they have. Because you will always run out of space.
We used to do pig roast, old school style, when I was growing up.
Right in the ground?
Not in the ground. When
Hawaiian
I was growing
style.
up, my grandpa lived
God damn it, this
in
is so
northern
good.
Columbus, which is now the Hood. It was a nice neighborhood. Then they tore down a bunch of woods right at the end of the street, which he was the last house on the road, and put up projects. So it went to crap. They bought property outside an old farmhouse on a hill outside of Portsmouth, and had a barn, pond, creek ran through it, picturesque. And at the bottom of that, they built bathrooms, and every year they'd have Southern gospel singing.
Shit rolls downhill.
People would come out with their campers and spend the whole weekend.
Sounds like a great time.
They built two barbecue pits together with cinder blocks and all this, and they have two full hogs on a spit going.
Hell yes.
And just
with
like
a drill motor.
Yeah.
No, they would hand crank it.
Fuck
People
all
would
that.
take turns. Hey, time to rotate the pigs.
They got a dog
Go over.
wheel.
That's
Right.
yeah.
You could
Put a
like
hamster. Just put a hamster on a wheel and then gear it so that it can turn the.
That'd be a lot of gears.
Fucking buff
Be
hamster.
a big ass hamster.
I remember they when they went to clean it and stuff, they chop off the head and all that. As a kid, I'm like, Grandpa would be like, take the head, go over the hill and throw it down the ravine.
Get
That
those
was normal
cheeks
to
off
me.
first.
Yeah.
That was normal. to
Get
me.
them
It's
cheeks off.
Yeah.
See, you can do wonderful things
we
with
get
head.
we get all the good meat off of it. And then, next year you go down and find the pig skull. Everything cleaned off of it.
Picked clean, bleached out. But yeah, so this bottle is literally like
Can't get it.
can't get it, never gonna get it. It's a one and done deal. I'm kind of hoping I can do this again next year, like because we'll get barrels from them every year. If I can do this, I'll just keep doing this. I'll just keep getting barrels, filling bottles.
Dirty Blanton's 2024 coming soon.
Yeah, I mean,
Hell yes.
it's going to be awesome. So, other things that happened at the Arnold, did not see Arnold this year. Okay. I know he came through because his security came to like basically every booth and was like, Arnold's going to be coming through, but he never showed up at CrossFit.
That's not his gig.
Well, he stopped by one year, and so he did stop by one year.
He stopped by and saw kipping pull-ups, and he was like,
No.
what the hell happened?
He stopped by, and the guy was in the middle of a clean and jerk for time.
Okay.
So, and Arnold like stepped out on the floor in front of this guy, and I think he was going for like some astronomical number, like 315. Like it would have been a PR for this guy. And Arnold steps out on the floor, but the dude only has like 30 seconds left in the workout to try to hit this lift. So he already hit it. Arnold saw him hit it. He walks out on the floor, and Arnold's like, he goes to like grab the bar again because he's got 30 seconds to make this lift. And Arnold's like, no. Wait. And the guy's like, I can't. He's like, wait. And Arnold made him wait for 3 minutes before he could make the lift again. And time's run out, and everybody's standing there, and the judges are like,
Yeah, but it's Arnold.
The fuck we do?
This is the
Right.
event's named after this
Well,
guy.
Right.
Well, it was like, what the fuck do we do? And the dude hits the lift. He hits the clean and jerk and gets like this PR. It's like a 5-pound PR. It's crazy. And everybody's like, ah! And they're like, well, do we give him the lift?
Does it count?
Like, does it count? Like, they ended up giving it to him because Arnold interrupted the whole thing.
Yeah,
and
they should.
So it's
not his fault.
No, they did right by the guy and gave him the lift.
But that also shows the wisdom of Arnold after a lifetime of bodybuilding.
Right.
He probably knew that guy was not ready. He may not have hit it in the 30 seconds.
He may not have, and that was in a typical CrossFit competition. If you got 30 seconds and you're going, you're jumping 2.5 or 5 pounds and you don't hit it, you don't hit it. That's
right.
it.
That's it.
You're done. Show's over.
But that's the difference between Oli and CrossFit.
Well, right.
CrossFit is very timed, where Oli is
it's time too. But
it is. But
you have.
I would say that of all the people, I shouldn't say everybody, but Arnold knows fitness. I mean, it's kind of his thing. Sure, he was an actor. He became governor once for some who knows what reason.
Because he could.
But he became who he is because of fitness.
He became governor because Ronald Reagan became president.
People voted
Not
for
wrong.
him.
I mean, but it was, but he didn't come through this year. Stopped the guy from stealing some equipment. Like, literally accosted the guy.
You did?
Yeah.
You did?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
You grabbed him by his junk?
Grabbed by, I
Grabbed him by his
Scruff of the neck?
Paid
No.
to pay $1?
So I showed up on Sunday morning, and all of our tools for setting things up, like the rig and shit, are all provided by Rogue.
I thought you guys were all the tools.
We are the tools.
But
the tools that get used by the tools are provided by Rogue. So I walk in Sunday and I see a guy who he's outside of our booth. But we have this huge red bin full of impact guns and drills. And he just reaches, like, he looks at me, we make eye contact, and he just reaches in and grabs out an impact gun with a battery on it.
And walks away?
Looks and walks away. And I'm like, Jason, is that guy from Rogue? And he's like, what guy? Well, the guy was gone at that point. Well, I saw where he went. So I'm like, fuck this. I put my shit down.
I took one Krav Maga class once.
No.
I
took a series of classes and got stabbed in the eye. With a magazine.
True story.
But so I followed the guy at a distance just because I don't know what I'm dealing with. The guy, I mean, he's in a zip-up hoodie. He's in it's a white dude. He's in a pair of, like,
Sean Kemp Rain Mans.
Canvas-style pants. Yeah. Canvas-style pants, but they're down around his ass, and they're covered in paint.
He was white, wasn't he?
I just said he was a white dude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I missed that part.
And
so
I followed him. He stopped at a booth and, like, picked up a 10-pound dumbbell sitting on a table.
He kept walking again?
No.
Oh.
Well, he almost.
He's just a guy who's seen what he can get.
Almost. So he picks it up, and the two guys that are running that booth are facing the opposite direction. One guy looks over his shoulder, and he's looking at him, and he just starts, like, doing curls with his right hand.
I'm just testing this.
Yeah, like, oh, hey, guys, and I made a right.
Nothing to see here.
And I went down by those guys. I'm like, he's taking shit from booths. And they're like, gotcha. So they walked up and said something to, like, hey, what's going on? And I heard that. So I went down another aisle, and I come back, and he's done talking to them. He's standing in front of a mannequin at another booth, and he's got like a big piece of paper and almost like some flyers and shit, and he's holding it like over his waist. And I said, hey, motherfucker. And he looks at me. Well, he's got thyroid eye. I don't know if you don't know what thyroid eye is. It's when the eyes start like bugging out of your head. Like you have a thyroid issue and your eyes are starting to bulge out of your face. So I'm like, hey, motherfucker. And he stops. He looks at me. I'm like, give me the fucking drill. He's like, what drill? I don't have a drill. So I literally jump on him and grab the drill out of his pants because he tucked it down his pants like it was a fucking 45.
Like a Glock.
Yeah. And I'm like, this drill. And he's like, what? I'm like, that ain't your fucking drill, asshole. I said, it said fucking Rogue on it. I said, do you work for Rogue? And he's like, well, I'm like, let's go. I said, you ain't stealing shit from this fucking place today. So I grabbed him like he was a fucking kid by his bicep, by the sleeve of his sweatshirt. And I'm making a scene the entire time, like yelling at him, calling him all kinds of different fucking names. just so that he can't run.
I looked on Urban Dictionary. There's no term for thyroid eye. I was hoping there was.
It's not going to be on the Urban Dictionary.
Forrest Whitaker eye.
But yeah. So I walk out. I start heading towards like double doors, and there's two like when they do the Arnold, they hire security.
Obviously.
But the guys they hire, they're big guys, but they're dumb as fuck, and they wear gray shirts. And then there's the security for the convention center who wear different color shirts.
Yeah.
So this dude
I work
does
security for Nationwide Arena. They hire anybody they can get.
well. Yeah,
It's not. There were some of us that were able to do that job, and there were a lot who could not do anything.
Well, these two were dipshits. Like the two that I walked this dude like towards him. He's like, I'm just here to work, man. I'm just here to work. I ain't doing nothing wrong. And I'm holding this drill over my head, like pulling the trigger, going, you fucking stole the drill. And,
Office pop.
Blah,
yeah,
blah.
I'm just like, pow, 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 pow. And these two guys like look at me, and they part the fucking Red Sea.
They just split.
They just step back as I'm coming out these double doors, and this other dude pivots on his right foot. He's behind the door. I can't see him. He pivots right in front of me, and he's like, "What's up?" And I just looked at him. I'm like this motherfucker is stealing shit. And he goes, "Oh yeah?" I said, "He stole this shit from the CrossFit booth." And he's like, "Oh, let's go get the cops." And I'm like, "Yeah, let's go get the fucking cops."
Grand idea.
And the guy's like, "Oh, I got him. You don't need to come with me." Slaps him on the back of the head and fucking drags his ass off.
Fantastic.
It's like he was his dad.
And I stood there.
Said something stupid.
I stood there. I looked at the other two. I looked at the other two, and I'm just like, wah, wah. And walked back inside.
You should have pointed at him sideways, gangsta style.
Wah, wah. And I walked in, and I go back, and Jason's like,
How you like my Makita?
that's exactly what it was. I was in Milwaukee, but close enough.
Oh, Milwaukee's even better.
And I walk back, and Jason's like, the dude did steal a drill there. I'm like, yeah.
That was the
He
thing that
goes, you
happened.
got it back? I'm like, fuck yeah. I said, I took it from the guy. I said, and then I took his ass outside and gave him to the cops.
Because mama didn't raise no punk ass.
I said, because I ain't a bitch.
Phenomenal.
How long have we been recording?
30 minutes.
Do we want to get into the story on this episode?
I don't know. You wouldn't tell us what it was. You just told us it has to do with hot dogs and tacos.
It has to do hot
And
dogs.
we also have some offerings. So let's get an offering. Let's do that.
We did an offering already.
Well, we
But
have
let's
other
start-
offerings.
Okay.
So let's get it. Let's get
Yeah.
our offering.
We'll do like with
Let's
the room.
and let's talk about
Here's
that.
the thing. I've been thinking.
Uh-oh.
For almost 5 years, we haven't grown much by doing the same thing, right? We review whiskey. We complain about
I
our
mean,
lives.
do we need to grow at this point? I mean, we've been 5 years with the same 4 listeners,
That's true.
and one of the listeners is now on the show.
He's here with us. Thanks for listening.
So I was about to say, so we've reduced.
Yeah,
No, but I thought that we've shared. We do Urban Dictionary game.
we do
We have guests on.
occasionally. I actually
Often we talk about our lives.
I actually need to set up. I'm gonna have Two Bitch on as a guest,
Okay,
but I need to figure that whole thing out.
What are their names?
Randy and Mike.
Yeah, I mean, it is.
Welcome to the Buckhorn Podcast. This is Martelle. With me always is two bitches.
Next cold opener.
I found a new podcast that has opened my eyes because it's not
To why we're not doing so well.
right. They're like, you suck, and here's why.
Yeah, we just listened to the Buckhorn podcast,
You're
and
trash.
don't listen to them because they're fucking awful.
Well, no, but they don't want to do. They said on one of the recent episodes I listened to, which is like 5 years old, a bunch of
A
people
recent episode that's 5 years old.
an episode that I listened to recently.
Oh.
That's 5 years old.
Okay.
Because I just found them. This is a long-going podcast by two comedians I've never heard of. But that's where I got the Rube story from.
Okay.
And people, they're like, send us ideas. People sent them a bunch of true crime, serial killer, and they're like, that's done. And I agree. I don't want us to be we've done a couple things here and there.
Yeah, I don't, and the serial killer, like the whole like serial killer,
True crime.
That was never the intention. The intention of this show was a variety show to talk about whatever we felt like talking about.
Exactly.
And it
But I think when it
didn't
comes
matter
across something that is just too funny or insane, I think it's worth.
like Cocaine Bear,
Yes, Cocaine Bear.
but there's Cocaine Cat now.
I saw that in Cincinnati.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course, it had to fucking happen in Ohio.
It's either Ohio or Florida, man.
Jeez.
Ohio, Florida, and Texas.
Yeah. But when I hear some of these stories, I go, how have I not heard that before? That's not right. You guys are making weird faces with the smelling and tasting of this.
No, that's fine. You're doing your intro to your monologue.
You go to a professional baseball game. This isn't the Rube story.
Okay.
How much do you expect to pay for a beer?
Oh, it's easily
$17,
$8 to $12, depending on Well, hold on, because do you consider the Clippers to be a professional baseball game?
Minor league, but
Yes.
But is it
technically, yeah, they
okay?
get paid to
So,
play.
Like I'm at the end of the month, I'm going to DC to see a Nationals game, and I know the average beer price down there is about $17.
yeah. So the last time,
$17 for a 12-ounce beer.
the last
No,
time I was
most
at,
of them are bigger than that.
they're
now.
16s or 20s.
Yeah.
The last time I was at a Clippers game, it was like 12.
So for a 12-ounce beer, it'd be
It was $12
Probably about
for
$12.
about
Yeah.
$12.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
10,
it was
$12.
It was $12 for a 16-ounce beer, but that's been 3 years ago.
So the Clippers are well known for Diamond Dog Night,
Yep.
Yeah,
right? Here in lovely Central Ohio, we have the Columbus Clippers.
we do.
I grew up going to Cooper Stadium back in the day before Huntington Park was ever made. Have you ever heard of 10-cent beer night?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you know the story of 10-cent beer night and all the craziness?
No.
I feel like at once upon a time I did, but I'm
story-
happy to have you refresh my memory.
The story is so insane.
I feel like this comes from. Have you guys watched Brockmire?
No.
Oh my god!
I've
fucking
seen
watch
bits and
Brockmire.
pieces.
What's that on?
It's on Hulu.
Okay.
It's Hank
I can do
Azaria.
Hulu. I don't have Netflix.
Hank Azaria.
Okay.
Alcoholic baseball
Hank
announcer.
Those are two names that are very conflicting.
That's his name, right?
Simpsons.
The
Yeah.
Simpsons.
He does like half the voices on The Simpsons.
Okay, I just never heard of Hank Azaria.
Hank Azaria. What do
That
you think
sounds
his
like,
name
That
is?
sounds like an Indian guy from Texas.
Oh. No, his name's Hank Azaria. He's
Like Dot Indian.
he does.
Not Feather Indian.
No, he did Apu's. He did the voice of Apu,
Oh,
and,
okay,
then,
yeah.
Yeah.
and then decided he couldn't do the voice of Apu anymore because it was
Cultural
Like when I-
appropriation.
yeah.
When I
No,
hear
do the
Hank-
voice of Apu. Shut the fuck
Yeah.
up.
Dude, that's comedy though. Like, come on.
That's what
Anyway.
cancel culture has done. So before you start that, it's his name's James, right? James Brockmire. I think
so.
I think. Well, Hank Azaria plays James Brockmire.
Oh, okay.
Okay, the show is called Brockmire.
Gotcha.
He is a washed-up baseball announcer, like national baseball announcer, like knows Joe Buck, knows all those other fucking dickheads on ESPN, and he's washed up. He went on like a.
Excuse me.
He went on a world tour to find himself fucking hookers and whatever else. Spent a lot of time in Thailand. But he comes back and he starts broadcasting for a minor league, like super minor league baseball
like
team.
single
Like the
A.
Savannah Bananas kind of thing?
Less
Single
than
A.
that. Less than that.
Less than that.
In Morristown, Pennsylvania.
Nice.
And it is
Okay, I'll check that out.
it's good. You just watch it.
I've heard of it.
Just
but
watch
yeah,
it.
I'll check it out.
I'm watching it
I
now.
might start it tonight, actually.
It's don't watch with the kids around.
Well, when the kids are around, my headphones are in. It's on my computer. And they're watching the TV.
It's not kid friendly.
All right, so 10-cent beer night. What could go wrong?
Everything.
So, let's get started. And this is only a little over 2 pages versus the Rube's
Like 18
6
pages.
Yeah.
Fucking essay.
I tried to keep it shorter for brevity's sake because I knew we'd talk about the Arnold and have something to talk about tasting wise.
I haven't even got
But
into
I
all
got
the
some
Arnold
of the
stuff.
highlights here. So on Tuesday, June 4th, 1974, the Cleveland Indians decided to have a promotion. Stroh's beer helped them in this.
Stroh's is good.
I've never had a Stroh's.
So
But when I first got out of
you
high
said
school,
Pennsylvania, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Stroh. So there's
Well, the Cleveland Indians, but Stroh's.
so there's Stroh's and then there's it's Straub. That's one thing. Straub. Straub out of Pennsylvania is fucking fantastic.
Never heard of that.
Straub is STRAB. I picked up a 6-pack just on a whim. Strab.
We'll have to try and get some of that.
I can get some pretty
Schmitz.
When I worked at BP,
Schlitz.
The new Schlitz's new recipe is fantastic.
Give me a Schlitz.
there was a guy that came in the gas station I worked at when I first started going to the Rye every single day. Be a case of Stroh's and 2 packs of Pall Malls
Hell yeah.
every day. And that dude was like 94 and still farming.
Yeah.
And smoking 2 packs a day and drinking a case of beer a day. I was like,
Sounds right.
you know what?
Stay hydrated.
Yeah, right. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Like you've preserved your innards with Stroh's beer at that point.
Stroh's isn't bad. Like
I've never had it. I don't know. I'm not going to say good or bad because
it's not.
I almost
like,
bought hams yesterday
the
just
fuck
because
is
it was
that?
there.
Is it made with real pork?
Yes.
I've seen ham. Well, it's 2 M's, so it's fancier.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It still can be made with real pork.
I've seen hams, and I've just
That's
been
because
like,
it's made with pork. The extra M is for.
all right. So June 4th, 1974, the Indians had a promotion. It was hot and humid night, and selling ice cold, refreshing 12-ounce beers at 10 cents.
Did you say a hot and human night?
Hot and humid.
Okay.
Humid. Sorry, I'm really tired. I did not get much sleep last night.
What?
What? What time did you
I
go
know.
to bed?
Shock. 2:30.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, 2:30, and I got up at 9.
That's 7 hours.
It wasn't great sleep.
That matters.
I feel like you don't get great sleep either way.
I don't. I never sleep well.
You should start taking Xanax.
I'm going to start popping mollies.
What?
don't
No,
know
Molly will
what
make
to
you
Hug
fucking
your
thirsty.
pillow.
Yeah. Be like, come here, Beth. I want to just get.
I just want.
Can I just touch your face and give me a hug? You got any water?
She would be so over that. So anyway, they sold ice cold, refreshing 12-ounce beers at 10 cents, which is about 60 cents today.
Okay.
So imagine you go to your Washington Nationals or Clippers game and pay 60 cents a beer.
I'd be so fucked
Yes,
up.
please.
Right. So that in this was set up to go on all night. They weren't like, okay, for the first 2 innings, 10 cents a beer or 60 cents a beer. This was all night.
I have a feeling they run out of beer.
Hold on. So
It's the thing.
it sounds like a great
Don't
way-
flip to the last chapter.
I read the synopsis.
Plot twist, spoiler alert, they don't. So it sounds like a great way to draw fans in. Beers usually sold for 65 cents a piece, which is about $3.57 today, which that would still be cheap today.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, it would.
But that's 85% off. So imagine your favorite whiskey, beer, what you've paid, say one of your $20 beers, 85% off. How many are you buying?
I mean,
All of them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Everything on the shelf.
I mean, looking around this room. There's a $90 beer over there. There's a couple
Yeah.
20.
There's a $120 beer.
I mean,
Imagine
There's-
that 85% off.
Yeah. Yes, please.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean,
Give
my
me
most
more.
expensive bottle is 40.
Yeah.
Because I'm not rich like Mike. I mean, I'm rich, but I'm not Michael beer rich.
Someday, son, this will be yours.
If
So-
you die, leave me this building.
This is all I want.
Yeah.
This is it.
Not even the building, just the
The
contents.
contents.
Well, I'll give the building back to Melissa.
She can keep that.
Connor and Murphy can turn this into a gaming house.
So
They would.
I know.
let's set the scene here, right? We're talking Cleveland, early 70s. 74 is a great year. I don't know if you guys remember it.
Do you remember it?
No, I'm younger than you.
Do you remember?
But I looked into some of the facts and stuff. So we need to understand what was going on in Cleveland at this time, like leading up to this game, right? This 10-cent beer night promotion baseball game. If you look in the history of the teams, the players, and the managers in Cleveland, things, quote, I did this myself, make sense. So let's talk about the teams, right?
Lake just caught on fire? Yeah.
So we're getting into that. So 10-cent beer night was hosted by Cleveland. Earlier in the season, I think it was about a week before, the Indians were playing on the road against the Rangers. So they were at a stadium in Texas. They were the away team. And
Has it always been the Texas Rangers?
I don't know. It was then. As far as I know, it has been. Okay. But at that game, the teams got into a knockdown, drag-out fight. Full-on fisticuffs. Not just like there have been fights these days, but it's usually a lot of pushing and yelling.
They cleared the benches.
Cleared the benches and
Jersey grabbing.
full on fisticuffs. Yeah, like hockey fights.
Yes.
Like real fights.
That's the only way. You know what? They're trying to make changes to baseball.
Yeah.
Allow fighting.
Yeah.
Just allow fighting.
I get so frustrated because I just got back into baseball like 2 years ago.
I'm sorry.
And nobody charges the mound.
No.
Like they get beamed and they might shoot them a dirty look at best.
They're not allowed. They'll get fined.
Right.
No, let that shit happen.
They make enough.
I know.
That's
Like,
what I'm saying. Like,
seriously.
Fine me
Yeah.
$50,000. I make $20 million a year.
Right. I made that in the first 3 innings.
I made that in the first
farted on
3
the
minutes.
bench. Yeah, I farted on the bench and made that.
Yeah.
So an Indians player supposedly slid into second base, rather
Spikes up.
aggressively, spikes up. The Rangers thought it was done intentionally and overly aggressively, right? So they
Okay.
got mad. The Rangers reacted by throwing fastballs at the following batters' heads. Like every batter came up, they started chucking fastballs. So that led to a brawl and Rangers fans throwing beer and food at the Indians players. Because of this, the Indians fans were more than ready for the Rangers to come to their town.
That's when they had 10-cent beer night.
Hold on.
Don't skip to the second to the last chapter.
The whole planning and leading up to this is non-existent. There was not a lot of thought put in this promotion. So Cleveland in 1974, just the city as a whole.
Was still a shithole.
Yes.
Okay.
This was peak Cleveland trash. This is where Cleveland's reputation's like at its worst, right?
I fucking hate Cleveland.
So having fans fired up for the Rangers to come to town is one thing, but Cleveland was a dumpster fire already. That's how I put
Literally.
it in my own words
Yeah.
studying this.
Literally, it's a dumpster fire.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm going to get to that.
Okay.
This is fine.
So in the decades leading up to this, Cleveland saw big industrial city, right? It's Detroit Junior. They saw 600 factories shut down.
Shit.
So thousands of people were out of work. I mean, you're talking mass exodus.
Yeah.
There's no jobs. But then people couldn't afford to get out. So
But we're going to do 10-cent beer night.
so this led to an obvious increase in crime,
Get drunk, motherfucker.
surging poverty rates, and depression.
Sounds accurate.
Yeah.
I mean, if I lived in... Every time I go to Cleveland, I get depressed.
Yeah, I have family on the outskirts of Cleveland, and that's too close.
Yeah, I don't go to Cleveland because
It's enough.
I will get depressed just going to Cleveland. Like, it's
So,
such a shithole.
It was so polluted with waste from the runoff.
Cleveland
factories.
rocks.
Thanks, Drew Carey.
Anyway, sorry.
So the Cuyahoga River, as you guys have alluded to, that runs right through the city, caught fire
Yeah.
more than once. I knew it caught fire once. I learned it caught fire more than once.
It's because they're using water from Flint, Michigan.
And in East Palestine, geez. And the flames reached 5 stories high. I thought it was like, okay,
I
fire
didn't
on the
know
surface.
that.
Yeah.
I had no
When
idea. I thought it was just like,
Yeah.
oh, there's an oil slick and
Yeah, a
somebody
little bit
threw
of
their
flames.
cigarette on the water.
Right. No, it said these, and I saw pictures that these flames
That would melt bridges.
were engulfing, like it would take down skyscrapers.
Yeah.
Like, 5 stories of flames is not a small thing. Tensions were high and hope was low. The city and the citizens didn't have a lot to look forward to.
How many feet is 5 stories?
Okay, I found this on the web for how many feet is 5 and 5 stories. Check it out.
That's because you stuttered. You
I
said
know.
5 and 5 stories.
I wish I didn't have a stutter. How many feet is 5 stories?
Here's an answer from reference.com. A 3-story residential building is about 30 feet tall.
That is
So
not an
50
answer.
feet.
50 feet.
So
50
50 feet.
Yeah. 50-foot flames on water. Water puts out fire, typically.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
unless you're living in
Unless you're in
Michigan.
Cleveland.
I mean, I grew up hearing like, oh, there's
Or
back in
near a
the day-
fracking well.
Right, like a river in Cleveland caught
Yeah.
fire, and I thought the same as you. It's like, oh, there's a little bit of
Yeah,
flames. You
right.
can see it burning. 5 stories high, 50-foot flames,
Jeez.
more than once. That's how bad this.
That's how bad Cleveland sucks.
Yeah,
I sent you the Cleveland tourism video. I don't know if
Jesus.
Oh,
you've ever seen that.
I'm going to say, oh, that's great.
Yeah.
At least we're not Detroit.
We're not
Yeah,
Detroit.
no, yeah.
And I'm going to send you to a link at the end of this with pictures of this event. so we can get a reaction.
All right.
All right, so the promotion worked. The Indians were garbage, and we're only seeing a few thousand fans per game. Guess how many showed up for 10-cent beer night?
All of them.
All of Cleveland.
25,000.
Yes.
You're right.
They're used to 2,000 to 3,000 fans. They got 25,000. The stadium roared with Chief Wahoos, which is now...
Well, now they're the Guardians,
Now
which
they're
is
the
the
Guardians.
stupidest fucking name.
So we're back to...
Just leave it at the Indians, you dipshits.
The stadium roared... Man,
That whiskey's getting to you.
I guess. With Chief Wahoo's war drums. So people brought like...
Well,
drums to
if
beat.
you ever watch the movie Major League, there's just the three guys wearing inside-out hats beating on drums.
And chants, along with cheering, general yelling, and the sound of firecrackers, which the fans brought in themselves.
I mean, better than
load up with firecrackers to go to a Major League Baseball game.
Well,
better than
it's
your
against
Glock
those
9
fucking
millimeter.
Rangers.
Although that may be acceptable now. So
You can't even bring a bag to the...
No,
yeah, you can't walk in with anything.
Like, we went to the hockey game the other day, and my wife's purse was too big, so we had to walk back to the car to leave
That's
her
Purse
purse.
is too big.
Yes.
Like I've seen them search put purses. You talking about Nationwide?
Yeah.
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 I used to work security at Nationwide.
Yeah, it's now like this big.
Oh,
Shut up.
They at the Arnold. They had actually set up metal detectors, and I walked around it, and the guy's like, "You need." I'm like, "I fucking work here. I'm not walking through that. I just walked through the door. Like, eat shit. I got 2 knives in my goddamn bag. You're gonna take them away from me.
I will
Fuck
say
off.
when I worked doors for the PBR professional bull riders,
Yeah.
Belt
dudes came
buckles.
with Bowie knives.
Well, yeah.
full on strapped on, like not trying to hide
Strap-ons.
it. And full on strap-ons. Bull
12
riding,
inches, yeah.
man. It's
It's bull rider.
Yeah.
metal.
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
cold
I mean,
steel.
that makes sense.
All right, where were we? Oh, firecrackers. Okay. So after the Rangers player hit a home run, a heavy-set middle-aged woman. So, do you guys know who Susan Boyle is?
Yes.
British singer.
Yeah.
Picture her, because I've seen the picture of this lady, and you'll see her here in a bit. Picture Susan Boyle. Ran onto the field, stood in the Indians on-deck circle, and flashed the crowd.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
Lifted the cuff of her pants up.
when the home plate umpire tried to escort her off the field,
She punched him.
no, she tried to make out with him.
Hell yeah. I mean, if you're going to get someone to run away,
She was absolutely hammered, and this is only the start of the second inning.
I'm surprised that
So
took that long.
We're just getting rolling here, boys.
I got $5 in a dream.
$5 will get you tanked on 10-cent beer night. In the fourth inning, after another Rangers home run, a man ran onto the field completely naked, slid into second base, and ran back off the field. Mike's reaction is what I was expecting. Imagine
no.
sliding into second base.
Anything, yeah.
In 1974, dirt and gravel. Did you know those fields weren't as well maintained as
No.
today? Butt naked.
Hell's
Nope.
yes.
Martelle's into the kinky stuff.
I mean,
That's worse
it's
than
not something
sitting in
I would ever do.
Like sand in the cracks bad.
Yeah.
Sliding into second butt naked.
I've had corn in my poop, but
I've had peanuts, but I'm not doing that.
comes from the top, not from the bottom.
Right. Right. You're not getting a sand or a dirt and gravel enema.
Oh my god.
Oh, my dad's texting me.
Uh-oh.
No, I'm going to his house after this to help
okay.
him with the old truck. Nothing bad.
All right.
All right. So anyway, that guy, he made it off the field and was never caught. He got away.
Good for him.
Follow
Probably-
the blood trail,
I
for
was gonna
God's
say,
sake.
he probably had chapped cheeks, I'm guessing.
A little more than probably. He probably rode ration.
Yeah.
All right, so by this time, we're talking fourth inning. We're not even halfway through the game. The concession stands could not keep up with the demand.
Yeah.
Surprise. There was one rule to 10-cent beer night that the promoters and the Indians put into place. You know what that rule was?
Don't stop serving.
One at a time.
6 at a time. You could only buy 6 at a time.
You can only buy 2 at a time now.
Not 6 beers all night, 6 at a time.
Yeah.
So folks would line up, get 6 beers, down them, and then just get back in line.
Yeah.
And keep going.
Well, that's when you go to like charity events and you can only get one drink. That's what you do. Is you get 2 drinks, and then you go get back in line. And
You drink your drink.
Drink your
which
drinks.
I'm going to a charity event here in a couple weeks, and I will be doing the exact same thing. Although they allow you to buy buckets of beer, so I'll probably drink beer that night. But I'll be like, all right, well, give me a bucket of beer. I'll set it on the table. I'll get back in line, go grab another bucket of beer, and by the time I get back, that bucket of beer will be gone.
Yeah.
So, to help with the high demand, they pulled 2 beer trucks just outside the outfield fence and just set up a table at each truck. Just your standard
Like a folding table.
Arnold Booth table. Just a fold. Yeah.
Here you go.
How do you think they staffed this to keep control of the crowd?
Homeless people.
Prison guards.
Each station had one young female in a skimpy top.
Hells yes.
Picture a Hooters waitress.
Okay.
Yeah.
To serve thousands of drunk, disorderly people.
Men.
Yeah, possibly. What
Mostly
could
men.
possibly go wrong there?
Nothing.
Nothing can go wrong with that. She did not get accosted, and her nipples did not get tweaked.
No.
So,
Tune in Tokyo.
now I didn't find any reports of them getting accosted. So that's good.
Okay, good, because that would
But,
be
like,
awful.
yeah.
Considering it's like International Women's Month.
So by putting a small young gal wearing a skimpy top at each to serve thousands of drunken laid off factory workers on a hot summer evening, they couldn't keep up with or deal with the raucous crowd, so they just left. The girl said, "F it, I'm out."
No wonder they didn't
Deuces.
get accosted. That only took about 5 minutes.
Yeah. So at that point, a bunch of men grabbed each of the tables, chucked them over the fence.
Like WWF Raw.
10-cent beer night became free beer night.
Oh, shit.
They were getting there. And you can find pictures of the cups. They were plastic 12-ounce cups that 10-cent beer night, Cleveland Indians, collectibles. Might be worth something if you can find one today. They were either filling those for free or just straight hitting the tap.
That's what
They're doing cake stands.
I would basically just put my head under the tap and see what would happen.
A lot of beer. So now we're at the 5th inning.
It's like the worst case of waterboarding ever.
Or best case.
I mean,
Depends on how you
I'm
look.
still not talking.
alcohol abuse. I'm thinking more along the lines of just alcohol running out of your mouth and over your face and onto the ground. Just like motorboat in a fucking tap.
So in the 5th inning, 2 guys jumped into the outfield and mooned the Rangers players. This caused yet another stoppage in play as they were chased down. After this, Rangers manager Billy Martin headed to the mound to talk to his pitcher. All right. Managers go talk to their pitchers. That happens today.
Normal.
The Indians fans got upset that he was slowing down the game now and interrupting it. After all these fans had done all the stuff, the other fans...
This motherfucker.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh my God, he's talking to the pitcher." So they started chucking full cups of beer onto the field because why not?
It's
10
free.
cents
It's
for
free now. You're not
Yeah,
wasting
you either
anything.
paid a dime or nothing.
Right.
So when he started going back to the dugout, Billy started looking at all the fans in the stands there and smiling and blowing them kisses.
Billy Martin's a badass.
That's some shit I would do.
This caused the Indians fans to start shooting fireworks into the Rangers dugout. Picture bottle rockets getting launched in there. And the umpire ordered them to evacuate. Like, this ain't safe.
I don't know. It could be.
At this,
So, hold on, we're pouring.
You pour and talk.
I can't pour and read. Ooh. Ooh. Party foul. Okay.
Okay.
So the Rangers are getting things launched at them.
Which is somewhat acceptable.
So full cups of beer getting thrown on the field, chucked at the Rangers. Indians fans are ticked.
fireworks getting shot at
Fireworks
people.
are getting launched. So I need you guys to understand that
I don't need to understand anything.
there's war drums. There's
Because the Indians.
Native American chants because of the Indians. There are fireworks. And this wasn't just like, oh, you hear one here or there. At one point, somebody said it sounded like a war zone. There were so many fireworks going off.
Awesome.
Like people were ducking
Good.
because it just sounded like machine gun fire.
This is
In the
what
stands.
the MLB needs to bring back.
Yes.
Right.
They want to make baseball interesting. Take a leaf out of this book.
So the public announcer goes over the loud system there. You get
Brockmeyer.
you got you got Brockmeyer up there. He asked folks not to throw things on the field. So even more Indians
I was about to
fans
say,
started
that's
chucking
just
things on
gonna
the field.
increase.
Yeah. That's like asking a bus full of kids to quiet down.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get a battery thrown at you.
Yeah. So more they started throwing all kinds of things on the field. The Rangers' first baseman estimated
Baseman or baseman?
baseman.
Okay.
I mean,
He has a low
fine,
voice.
Baseman.
Yeah. Baseman.
I'm a first baseman. He estimated that 20 pounds of hot dogs were thrown at him. Not 20 hot dogs, 20 pounds of hot dogs.
That's awesome.
I've never heard of hot dogs.
Referred to in pounds.
Yeah.
Well, us Americans will use anything as a source of measurement.
That's a lot of hot dogs.
That's a lot of wieners coming at you.
Right. On top of it, that's more wieners than that chick fire or police officer.
She took a lot of wieners.
Not only that, he was almost hit with a full gallon jug of Thunderbird wine.
I want some Thunderbird wine.
I had to Google Thunderbird
want
wine.
a gallon jug.
Yeah, a gallon jug of Thunderbird wine.
I thought they only made like EJ Gallo. I think is the only thing you can find in a gallon jug anymore.
I looked up Thunderbird. I don't think you can get it in a gallon anymore.
No,
And
I
it might
bet
be
you can
because
get.
of
I
this.
bet you can get it in a plastic flask.
Yeah,
Hells
probably.
yes.
Yeah, probably. It's like having a box of Franzia thrown at you. So there's 25,000 fans showed up, right? How many security guards do you think they had that night?
4.
Mike?
How many got arrested?
No, how many security guards?
How many security guards?
25,000 fans.
Let's go Baker's dozen. We're gonna go 13.
50. Which is still only one per 500 fans.
Mike, come on
10
down. You're the next
security.
contestant on The Price is Right.
Also, on top of that, the Indians didn't think ahead, nor did Strohs, the promoter, to request extra police officers. So there's like a couple police and 50 security guards, as we've talked.
Yeah.
Security guards are not always apt to handle
No.
even angry fans. let alone
25,000 drunk
25,000
firework wielding fans.
War drum hammering.
Hey, hold on. You can only take 6 beers this time. We'll see you again in 15 minutes.
Yeah. Have you even watched the game? No, I've just been drinking.
Yeah.
This is like
There's
a bar.
a game?
There's a bar, right?
I was supposed to say, where are we? So by this point, there were so many streakers on the field, running around the outfield, that the security guards stopped even trying to stop them. Like they just gave up.
I hope that the new golf tournament, the Live, they get streakers. Like they have paid streakers
Paid streakers
to run across
I
the
don't
field.
want them paid.
Like,
I just want them drunk.
no, I need Caddyshack-esque bullshit going on in the Live golf tournament stuff.
Yeah,
golf
but
tour.
I don't want them paid. I want I want the streakers to be doing it out of passion.
Well,
The
get them
desire-
drunk,
right.
and they can do it out of passion. And when they make it across the fucking course,
10-cent
give
beer
them,
at the
pay
golf
them,
course.
pay them.
I feel like I don't know it was the Live, but there was maybe it was the Phoenix Open that the guy
was.
that
Yeah.
the guy who
He
dove
ripped
in,
his shirt off.
dove into the water and swam out to an island, and so the police wouldn't come get him.
I want the Waterford Open where a golfer gets hit by a Volkswagen Beetle. Ooh. Volkswagen!
Yeah. Well,
I just watched it like a week
so
ago.
dejecting from your story, there is a new docuseries on Netflix about golf. That is
The Lonely Sport.
It is done by the same people to do Drive to Survive for F1, and it is fantastic.
Nice.
There's
I'll
one
have to
for
check that out.
tennis too, I think.
Is
Yeah,
there?
nobody
I
cares
hate
about
I hate tennis.
Shut up, Mike.
Give me back my.
I mean, I was going to say, thank you for hosting and for the whiskey, is what I meant to say.
Anyway, go ahead.
Stupid Tourette's.
Continue.
So in the midst of all this chaos, the Rangers and the Indians are still trying to play the game. They're still on the field playing the game, and their streakers just running around the outfield.
Professionals.
Yeah.
Consummate professionals.
We're here to do our job.
They're getting paid.
And it was becoming increasingly more difficult because of all the naked people running around the outfield. Fans started tearing padding off the left field wall. Indians fans were destroying their stadium.
Well, yeah.
They didn't go to Texas and destroy their stadium. They're destroying their
They
own
can't afford
stadium.
to.
It's like-
600 factories left.
It's like the
We don't
dumpster
have a
fires.
job. We can afford 10-cent beer, but we can't travel to Texas.
It's like the dumpster fires
Yeah.
down at OSU. Whether you win
burn-
or lose, you're getting a fucking dumpster fire.
Yeah.
Cars are getting flipped. Yeah, but that's not their stadium, though. That's somebody else's dumpster and somebody else's car.
That's just pillows and bedding.
I mean,
Some homeless people are like, hey, we got some new stuffing for our mattress. Not only that, they stole the bases. All of them.
literally.
They stole all the bases. and the game continued without bases. It's just kind of like this general area is where you need to step.
Jesus.
Those bases to this day have never been recovered.
Good.
Nobody knows where any of them are.
They probably got burned.
Or they're in
somebody's
somebody's they're in somebody's basement.
Yeah,
attic.
they're in a man cave
No,
somewhere.
no one knows who. No one. I guarantee no one knows
Grandpa
what they
Jimmy went to this baseball game
Back in
Yeah.
1974, some guy on his deathbed's like, I was 47, and in 1974 I took this base, and
I
here on my
leave it to
deathbed
you."
I'm leaving it to you. Like, thanks, Grandpa, for leaving me an old base that's
that I can
actually
get.
it might be worth something.
That would be worth knowing the
I'm either going to
collectible
get
market.
arrested
you're
or
gonna-
it's worth something.
It's
Both.
it's worth a ton of money.
Yeah, that from that game,
That's worth
would
a
be worth-
ton of money.
it'd be worth money.
That's 6 figures.
I mean, a base used in a professional baseball game is worth money.
Yeah.
That game, and again, this
It's
is
at
this-
least
Missing
70.
for 50 years?
$75.
Yeah.
What I'm sharing is not all of it. I tried to I scaled
Condense
this
it down.
way down.
We're Cliff Note.
Yeah, we're cliff noting this one. So in the 8th inning, cherry bombs started flying to the Rangers' dugout. So not just our regular old fireworks. We're going to chuck cherry bombs too.
Yeah, somebody
Somebody's
can launch
losing a
it.
toe.
You can launch a trash can 150 feet into the air.
Pull the pin, chuck the grenade. In the 9th inning, the Indians made a huge comeback to tie the Rangers 5-5. This is when an Indians fan ran into the outfield and tried to take one of the baseball players' hats. So when the Rangers outfielders, he was just trying to get his hat. All hell broke loose. And I mean, so again, streakers, free beer, way more fans than they've had in years. Fireworks, smoke is billowing out of the stadium from all the fireworks.
Shit's on fire.
War drums, right? Chants yelling. So this Indians player ran out, tried to get the hat. The Rangers saw it as them attacking a drunk fan, Indians fan attacking their player, right? So, speaking of Billy Martin, Billy Martin looked at his team, grabbed a baseball bat, and tore off after the fan. The entire Rangers team followed suit, charging into battle with bats overhead. They all just grabbed their bats and tore off into the outfield after this fan that they thought was attacking their team. So that resulted in a sea of fans flooding the field to attack the Rangers players. Right? So we're talking
25,000 versus like 30.
It doesn't say how many fans, it just said like a lot of fans.
This is
It
where the
wasn't
plot from
all.
300 came from.
Right.
Well, you got to figure
It had
half
to
the
do with
fans
Spartan
just like
mythology
It had
or
nothing to do with
fell from the outfield onto the field and were like, here's good.
Yeah. So Billy Martin, and again, I'm going to send you guys some pictures, but Billy Martin grabs a bat, and there's a picture of him, and the team behind him just bats in hand looking pissed. Like, we're done with this. This is ridiculous. We're professionals here, right? So we're going to professionally whoop you and club you and beat you to death.
Yeah.
So that caused the Indians to grab their bats and all charge the field, but they fought with the Rangers against their own fans.
Well, yeah.
They were trying to defend, like, quit 25,000.
Knock this shit off.
Yeah, calm down. So people were getting hit with bats. The umpire got hit in the head with a chair. The people were bleeding. There were severe injuries, and the SWAT team had to come in with tear gas to end the raging war. Throughout the battle, with bats being used as battle clubs, hundreds to thousands of people engaging in a fight for their lives, smoke billowing from all the fireworks, and the sound of war cries and war drums. This entire time, this whole field is filling with fans and baseball players fighting, right?
The Cuyahoga River caught fire again.
I think it was still on fire. But the organist was playing Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Oh, man, that one got me so good when I heard that. There were over 60,000 beers consumed or thrown because,
That's less than 3 beers a person.
Yeah.
Fucking cowards.
That's not that bad. 19 streakers, 17 emergency room worthy injuries, and 9 arrests. And at the end of it all,
Hold on. You said 19 emergency room
17 emergency room worthy
Okay.
injuries.
today. That would be 250,000
yeah.
emergency room.
Everybody's going in.
Right,
Everybody's
because
going
it
to the
would have
emergency
just
room.
sprawled out into
Yes.
neighborhoods.
In the end,
We're going streaking.
after all this, bring your green hat. Let's go. Come on, Snoop a loop. In the end, the game was forfeited to the Rangers.
Jesus.
So the Indians didn't even get the win. And that's the Cliff's Notes version of 10-cent beer night.
All right.
I'm
the
disappointed in the
Indians.
amount of beers.
Yeah, the amount of beers is
You guys got to remember, that is a very rough estimate.
Is that sold? Because
No.
they went free at one point.
Yeah, that's a very, very rough estimate. Because by the second inning, people were so drunk that moms were jumping onto the field and flashing the entire crowd.
which is fine.
And
As long as their
tables out of
fun
the way
bags are
and were
tight and taut.
Yeah.
Who cares?
So you got to remember though, like the beer trucks. There were trucks full of beer, like
Yeah,
gas
like
tankers,
tankers.
being chugged from.
Yeah.
So when I say 60,000 beers, I'm not saying total, and I'm assuming. Actually, it said
I
they
fill
said-
up,
they
I
said
fill up
by
that
the-
pitcher, and that's a beer.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. They said by the fourth inning, anybody that wasn't drinking was long gone. Like, so everybody left.
They were like,
So it wasn't 25,000 total were drinking.
they
So,
homered into the bushes.
Yeah, I'm
they're
out.
like, I'm good.
Okay. So you send those links. We'll take a look at those once you send them over. Let's kind of do a quick rating of the Blanton's, the benchmark top floor, and the Yellowstone C.O.W.S pick.
All right, I just sent the pictures. Yes.
Blanton's 4.
Oh, easily. I'm easily a 5 on that.
Yeah.
Like
The Blaytons, I'm going to say 5 for one simple reason. Nobody else can have this.
Yep.
I'm going to rank it the highest I can.
yeah, no one else can get
So
that.
screw you all.
I've got 2 bottles. Once
Yeah.
it's gone, it's gone.
She done.
And I may or may not share that with anybody else going forward.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
That is, which leaves me to the next two, the Yellowstone and the benchmark.
The benchmark was.
I'm giving the benchmark a 3.5 for $19.
Yeah, for $19, it's really good. But
19
like following that Middle West is tough.
It's real hard, and that's the
yeah,
problem.
it was so
I'm
light
not-
tasting,
I'm not
and I
comparing it to
don't
that.
know if that was truly how it tastes, or just because I was so sideways from
Right.
from trying the Middle
So-
West. That being said, for $20, it's
$20.
great.
I'm at a 3
Yeah.
on the benchmark.
Yeah.
I'm
Easily.
giving it a 3.5. I'm saying for that price, it's going to be tough to beat.
Now the C.O.W.S pick for
Sweet.
Yellowstone,
Was sweet.
I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of it. Like it was
It's appley, sweet.
yeah, it's
Bacon
way
Apple's
too
a good way to say
yeah,
it.
it's heavily appley sweet. It has to me it has like a weird flavor. It doesn't have like a whiskey or it doesn't have that
It tastes like a flavored whiskey.
Yes, it has. It's weird, and I don't know what the flavor is. It's not like mayo on a fucking piece of white bread, but it's like a weird flavor.
What kind of analogy was that? My whiskey doesn't taste like mayonnaise.
I'm
on
just
white
saying,
bread.
like I'm just
No, it's
giving
just-
it's weird. Like
yeah.
if you just eat mayo, like Miracle Whip on white bread, it
I'd be
tastes
curious
funny.
to try that against
It's funny.
something else.
Yeah, it's
It
not,
was just like those are 3 very different
oh
whiskeys.
god, yes. Well, you got a rye
Yeah, I was gonna say-
and 2 bourbons, but
Yeah.
I'm treating them individually. I'm not trying to compare them.
No.
The non-Blanton's, dirty Blanton's,
So good.
fantastic, but nobody can get it.
Yeah.
I'm still rating it a 5 just because why not?
yeah, it's Blanton's.
I'm rating it a 1 and a 5 at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
The
mean it's.
benchmark, I'm giving it a 3.5. I'm saying for $20, you can't beat it.
I'm definitely at a 3 for the Yellowstone. I'm like
Yellowstone?
maybe like a 2.
I'm at a 2.
I'm at
That's
it.
the
It's
2.5, 3.
exact number that I thought it was.
Yeah, it's. I mean,
It's not bad.
I'm gonna have to revisit it, not having the Middle
other
West.
two. Yeah, I agree.
Like it's totally different. Like I said, it's got like a weird. Like right now, it has this weird. It's just a weird finish and flavor to it. That, like I said, weird mayo on white bread. It's you just eat that. That's
These
like a
pictures
weird
are
thing.
great.
That no cheese, no ham, no nothing. Just. Ugh.
That's the other
Fucking weird.
Looking at the pictures, the other thing too is glass bottles.
Oh
Yeah.
God, yeah. So yeah,
you
it's
see a glass
looking
bottle. The second
Glass
picture,
bottles and a lot of people bleeding from the head.
a lot of people
so
bleeding on the
second picture
eyeballs,
of her, Billy Martin's heading out with the Rangers to confront the fans.
bat in hand. I mean,
The
they
third
all have
picture is where he's
bats.
blowing kisses to the the fans.
The fourth picture
one,
where
it's
somebody's just
beat
about to
Dude,
go ham
yeah.
on somebody.
More people running out with bats, charging. You
can see the lady that flashed the crowd down below the streaker.
Fantastic.
This was good. This is a good story.
Yeah, I mean,
People
look
being
at her.
arrested.
That's somebody's grandma.
100%.
That crowd, like,
She was still in church Sunday.
right?
Well, and the best part is she's probably like 36 years old.
Probably. But yeah, you can see. Yeah, it's just it was just such a. I almost didn't want to do this because we just did the Rube and it was like baseball and
No,
baseball.
this is fine.
But I was like, this is too good not to share because again, why? Just like the Rube, why have I not heard of it? And this was 1974. It's not
old.
late 1800s, early 1900s.
Actually, looking at that lady, she's more like 30.
Yeah, somebody's mom then.
Yeah, she is totally.
But she looks like her hair's done. She's in like a nice get up. You know, she's not like trailer trash.
No, God no.
She's
cooperating with the police.
Right. She's
Which
like
one is black?
She's smiling. Rare back then. Yeah, it's one of those stories I saw and I was like, I kind of want to talk about this on the pod.
This one dude
fine.
looks like Tim Kennedy. That guy.
Yeah.
Anybody who just know who Tim Kennedy is, he's a former Army Ranger, I think. Operations specialist.
But yeah, I was like, I got to share this with the guys. And
No, this is good.
so great.
I think.
And look at those beer bottles, by the way, in the
Yeah.
first picture.
Yeah.
That's not like your typical
No,
like
that's a course.
long neck.
That's Coors.
That's a
That's course
grenade.
banquet.
Yeah.
That's a grenade.
Yeah.
You're gonna get hit with that. Your head's gonna fucking explode.
No.
Yeah, and if you scroll down, you see all the people bleeding from the head.
Well,
That's
that
50-50.
bottle is in the clubhouse. The beer sold were just beer in plastic cups, so that's not what they were throwing, as far as I could tell.
Because
I saw
that's
that
how they
picture,
used
too.
to play baseball. Is you
Right.
have beers and shit in the clubhouse.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh, absolutely. Smoking in the dugout.
Yeah.
and-
Fucking
yeah.
love it. I love it. All right. So we're all basically in agreement. Baseball sucks, and they need to make it better. It's way too fucking long. They made the bases bigger. I don't know if you guys heard about this.
Yeah.
They made the bases bigger.
There's a pitch
and
count.
now there's a pitch timer, so they have so long.
You can only step out of the batter's box so often.
Yeah, all this shit to try to speed up the game when
Well-
all they really need to do is just not have 200 fucking games a year.
I saw a screenshot of a post that made perfect sense. It was from a guy who's a baseball fan that said, I don't understand why they're trying to speed up a game to draw in fans who don't like baseball.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, no, that's it. That's
why
it.
are you worrying about the games being shorter? Like if you like baseball, you're going to watch. If you don't, you're not. It doesn't matter if the game's 2 hours or 4 hours.
I don't watch baseball. I don't like.
If you don't,
I like to
baseball,
go to a game to watch it, but even when I'm at I guess this is what they're trying to do. I will not watch baseball on TV. Fuck that shit.
Rarely. Same.
That's 8 hours of my life I'll never get back. But if I'm going to go to a game, I will sit and watch a game until about so long into the game where I'm just like, oh, fuck this. This is taking entirely too long. So they're trying to get the people that would watch a game, because I'll go to a game. I'll watch a game if I'm there. But after like 3 or 4 hours into what could be a 6 or 7 hour fucking event, I'm done. And beer just needs to be cheaper.
Most games will be 3 to 4. Beer should be cheaper, but that goes for any sporting event or concert or movie theater or anything.
Yeah, I took Harley and I went to see.
Cocaine beer.
No, I wanted to take her to see
I know you
Cocaine
did.
Bear. Liz said no, absolutely not. But like I got a icy there, and the fucking icy was $9.
Holy crap!
I'm like, what is it? It
God,
costs.
I can't remember the last time I had an icy.
Oh, dude,
a legit
Meyer.
icy?
Go to Meyer.
yeah,
Yeah.
They're $1.97.
I was
Fucking,
gonna say
you get them all the time.
They're still. I mean, they've increased since I was a kid, but they're still cheap.
I mean, even Target has them, and Target smells like Hills. Target is Hills department store. It's fucking awesome, except for the Starbucks. Fuck
So I had
your
a buddy that you
Starbucks.
guys.
And there's no cafe. That was Kmart.
Some of them do. Well, no, yeah, Kmart has the cafe, yeah.
I had a buddy send me a meme that's relevant to our show that you know. I don't know if Mike does, but it's a conversation. It says, "Why am I hungover? Did you drink water? Yes. From a glass? Yes. Was
From
it
the
frozen?
hose?
Was it frozen? Yes. Was it surrounded by whiskey?
Yes.
Yes.
You know me.
Also, yes.
Or from the hose. So, all right. So, the Blanton, well, it's not Blanton's. It's Middle West Spirit. I just fucking around. The Middle West Spirit, straight from the barrel, unfiltered, unchanged.
Raw.
Right, like
Raw-
shit.
raw dog Middle
It is
West.
awesome.
Midwest raw dog.
Yeah, it
That's what
is
it's called.
fucking great. You're never going to get it, so go fuck yourself.
Wiener.
Sorry. The benchmark top floor in the Yellowstone, we were all in agreement, like, the benchmark is good. The Yellowstone
We have to
try it again.
When I first tried it, I really liked it, but I really feel like compared to the other two, it really
It
threw me
falls
off.
What
flat.
was the Yellowstone?
60.
I would get the benchmark over that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's
For 20.
and Yellowstone. That price is a standard price for Yellowstone. Any
Yeah.
bottle you go find, it's going to be about $60 in
Yeah,
the store.
Gotcha.
So that's nothing out of the ordinary. I don't know. I'd have to try it like on a fresh palate with not having
Yeah.
anything else.
Yep.
Just to see where it is.
All right, let's wrap it up and do
So-
a St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, so
St. Patty's Day, as Patrick would love me to say.
Yeah.
A St. Patty's Day. I fucking don't believe that when my shit turns purple and smells like rainbow sherbet. All right. I'm Martelle for Mike and Randy. We're out.
Peace. Bye.